Alright, Kyle. This is the tutorial for the On the Ground Fantastic Four. Just a few things to think about. Probably planks will be very beneficial for you. The exercise of like yoga poses and doing planks face down and on your sides will be really beneficial for building up the core strength. At first, I had to practice a lot to really strengthen it to get comfortable with it. So I'll go over the kind of the dynamics that go into what builds into the Fantastic Four on the ground, and I'll go over a couple other things that'll kind of help you get in and out of Fantastic Four on the ground. So let's get to it. So it's a little windy, so I hope you can hear me. So first things. So you know the Fantastic Four. So you got that down. What goes into building into the Fantastic Four is changing the spot where you do the Fantastic Four to between your legs from waist to thigh and moving it over to your wrist and hip on your left side. So what I'm doing with my Fantastic Four is I'm aiming my thumb towards my wrist of my left hand and I'm hitting that beat there and coming back down. So thumb side is going to hit my wrist, it does the flip, and it hits my left side. So it's very similar to here where we're doing the flip off our legs from both sides. We're just transferring that spot from being my leg to my arm per se, and mostly my wrist. So from the side, I'm going into the Fantastic Four just on my waist and my body, on my left side. That makes sense? So get familiar with the concept of doing that, and also play with how close you can tuck that thumb side into your armpit and that hand being on your body really close. See how it's getting closer and closer to my shoulder with my right hand. And I'm using mostly my shoulder and armpit rather than using just my wrist, and then moving it back down to just my wrist and my left waist. Another thing that'll help you long-term practicing with the Fantastic Four is doing the same thing, but instead of when you go up and hit thumb side and then come back down thumb side on my top and bottom of my left wrist, go up and hit. When you come down, drag it to your right leg. So again, that's hit up and then drag down. So when I go up and I do the flip, my thumb side's still hitting the top of my arm. The only difference is I'm pulling my hand closer into my body, and then my pinky side is swinging in and hitting my right thigh, and it's pulling back out. So bam, 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 bam. Right? So next thing that'll be beneficial for you is learning to do Fantastic Fours from left side to right side, like normal, but putting the like the meteor, one-handed meteor corkscrew spin into it, like so. Now with this, you'll kind of have to fidget and figure out when the right time is that you can come back into the Fantastic Four on each side. And I do one full rotation, and when my pinky side's up on my left side. So when I'm doing the corkscrew here, when my pinky side is up right there, I drag it back in to my right side. So I go off my thumb, spin around, side's up, I come back in. And over here, I believe it's thumb side. Yep. So it does one full rotation and then thumb side. And what I mean by one rotation, thumb side does one full circle and then comes back in. Pinky side does one full circle, comes back in. This will help you get in and out of Fantastic Four in the ground. This will help you and give you ways to move on the ground with one-handed shit. So let's get into the actual one-handed on the ground. This will be a super long tutorial, but whatever. So on the ground, what you need to do is be comfortable with planking up on one side completely over across like so. And what you need to work towards is doing just the Superman just on your waist, from left to right facing forward. Just like so. And to give you a side view of what that looks like. So working just this edge here, the Fantastic Four just on your waist, like normal. That a little bit, play with that. And what you're going to do past that is maybe from a kneeling position, start playing with the Fantastic, or just the Superman just on your waist, and maybe play with just doing the Fantastic Four on your leg like so. That'll help you tremendously. And then play with the same idea we were talking about before, just on your knees, like so. And what you're going to do is work up to laying on your side, doing the Fantastic Four, going into this from Superman. Thumb side's going to come into armpit and go across just like we practiced tucking that up on the arm. So as you can see, it's going across there pretty functionally, tucking my thumb side into my armpit. So thumb side, when I'm going in, thumb side's going up into my armpit like here. Pinky side's going out across the back and back through. Like so. Right? Now what you can tie into this is that corkscrew that I was telling you about. You do one full beat, bam bam, corkscrew, bam bam, corkscrew. And this will help you get out into standing and coming back up. Vice versa, you can use it as an easy way to get down onto your knees and prep that spot and step out. Something else you can play with is, besides doing the Fantastic Four just off your shoulders, you can get into doing the Fantastic Four, open your legs a little bit, and do the Fantastic Four just here, like normal. And then you can reach that across to do it on here, and then there. So you're doing a Fantastic Four on your legs, and your arms. It's a hella shoulder workout. Getting out of it, you can just stand up, in theory. When you're coming out of the Fantastic Four, from here, you can stand up, straight up, straight down. So thumb side's going into my leg, stepping out. Thumb side, when I duck down, is going, right there. And if you know the corkscrew, you can follow the corkscrew around to the side, back up. Yeah. I think that about does it. So play with that. Let me know if you have any questions.